want to say I already watched this once before just to get an overview of what I want to talk about. So, one of the big problems I saw you do immediately is your shift. You want to use your shift in these type of situations. Just because the way the Baptiste shift works is at the moment you press shift after the animation where he pumps his fist back down, whoever's in that little circle radius around you with line of sight, it will start healing him for, I believe, 100 HP or something like that, somewhere there in those rounds, over like the course of 3 seconds, right? So yeah, it does take a little time, but that check is only initiated at the moment you press shift. So what you could have done here is press shift, throw a nade, and then back around the corner. Because he'll still get healing from your shift for the next 3 seconds. That check is only happen at the beginning of you pressing shift. And because he has a shield up, he's not going to take any damage to his health pool. So right now, he could have been like close to max. And then you know how he kind of sprinted away right there? Even if you saw that a little late, you pressing shift would have still healed him as he was running away from you. And he would still be at least minimum of half. Also here, I know you're trying to hit his feet because of the AoE heals, but you want to actually aim for his body. You actually do 60 or is it 65 healing per direct shot. While if you're only getting the AoE heals from the little orb that spawns after the impact, that's only 50 heals. So you actually heal more if you hit them directly. So always try to hit them in the body. So you also want to be learning the Baptiste rhythm. Because yeah, your Reinhardt didn't die there, but look at him. He's almost critical. If their team was any better and had like any more focusing, your Reinhardt would have died. Pretty sure you were just checking something IRL. That's fine. Not gonna fault you for that. You know, trying to clean up the kills is good. You hear Reaper behind you. I don't think you needed the window here, but at least you secured the Mercy pick. Yep, use the window to your advantage. You also didn't have to reload there. You could have saved your Ashe, or your Soldier actually. Because you still had a bunch of healing aids. You should be doing the rhythm here. Like the lamp, good lamp. You should be pressing shift, especially since he's running away from you. Shift now. Shift now. You should be using your shift a lot more than your lamp, that's for sure. I like that you see the Mercy here, recognize the pick. Okay, you guys traded your Torb. Use your lamp. Sounds a very important role here. Alright, doing damage here is fine. I love it, to be honest. I like that you saw the Mercy here and you went for the opportunity to try to kill her. That's actually pretty huge. Do the damage. Yeah, but here you could definitely be doing the rhythm. Yeah, and then here you just never want to get close to a D.Va that just used her bomb, because that killed 2 of you. She will always remake. But yeah, I will insert a clip of what the Baptiste rhythm should look like. So this is the Baptiste rhythm I was talking about. Fire, shoot, fire, shoot. fire, shoot, fire, shoot, fire, shoot, fire, shoot. Watch, fire, shoot, 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 fire, shoot. See how I can keep up?
You are completely healed.
There's very little downtime between switching. So fire, shoot, fire, shoot, fire, shoot, fire, shoot, fire, shoot. So right now, all I want you to do is position yourself between your team and the enemy team. And then just practice this. As you get better, you'll notice, once you get better at doing this, like simple, not too far from the enemy, like my crosshair is only maybe moving like a little bit between the two. As you get better, you'll be able to fire, shoot, 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 fire, shoot. See, look at how I didn't let that bot die, and I didn't even use shift or immortality field, and he was been shooting all that time. So just keep doing that, and remember,
I thought you needed a head.
direct shots. Watch. Can you kill these guys? Get these guys to full health. Reload. No. Look at this bot goes up a lot more than the other bot. Because remember, direct shots do about like 10 to 15 more healing per shot. I don't know the exact numbers, because I honestly don't play Overwatch via numbers. I play Overwatch based on how the character feels. So always try to hit someone direct. Unless like there's two very critical teams, then probably this would probably be your best bet. But that's more if like they're very far away where hitting this guy won't heal that guy type of thing. But that's more of a, oh, I know the radius of this like little nade bubble that appears, and less of a kind of like efficiency thing. I would rather just you worry about shooting this guy, and maybe this guy gets healed every once in a while. So yeah, because eventually you'll be able to do this. Good.
Amplification matrix ready.
Not yet.
Let them out.
Oh, okay, no one's there. This was too premature. I know you were pressured by the D.Va, but always think about where your other support is, right? Because look at how do I you get pressured by the D.Va, right? And you use your lamp. But instead of walking this way behind cart, knowing that the enemy team is right behind you, what happens if you walked next to cart and back towards your team? Your Moira and or your Torb would have helped you out.
The payload is approaching its destination.
See, as you were trying to back away, this Moira is trying to help you out. But you go too far that she decides to do damage is more important. It's just small decisions like that will cause you to live a lot more, and you could have possibly won this team fight. Alright. Yeah, you could be getting like, I want to say like 30% more value just by using the rhythm.
Complete. Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Luckily they C9'd. Right, that's what happened there.
Initiating match.
What's up?
Yeah, you die. And everyone else kind of dies. Oh, okay, your team got 2. Yeah, your team just pushed without you. Okay.
Ready for
Humanity
battle.
is shackled. I will.
Ready for battle. Five, 4, 3.
I like the high ground just to get like initial spam damage and build your ult just a tiny bit faster, but you know, you don't have to. Yeah, you should just be spamming nades just in case. Second you see somebody, you switch to the rhythm. Shoot, nade, shoot, nade, shoot, nade. Okay, you didn't need the shift there. Your entire team was healthy. There, see, you could have shifted or lamped. You're also COD reloading way too much. Like here, you have 21 bullets and you reloaded. Also, like, you're pushing into them when you really should be playing. Here, let me pause this for a second.
Fall back.
So, like, especially like what happened there. A couple seconds earlier.
Take.
Was it here?
Receive my aid.
See, remember, your hit scan, you don't have to get close. You can play around this corner. Like, if you literally just played around this corner, or if you were worried about your team, you could have played behind this car and just peek to the side, throw a nade, or peek even further, throw a couple shots in, and then dive back in. And then just keep poking your head out like this. Just keep, you know, heal nade, shoot. Heal nade, shoot. Heal nade, shoot. Just because you being here, look at, you have no cover. Therefore, 2 DPS are looking right at you. Let's see, she will be F3. Like, see, she even pinged you. Like, she knows you're out of position. So she's looking at you. She's about to look at you, but she's more worried about them. Kiriko's looking at you. Bastion's also looking at you. So if you ever feel too much pressure, that's probably why. Because they know you're out of position. They're not worried about your teammates over there full health. They're looking at you. They see a spicy support there. Just sitting by his lone self. And he just uses an important cooldown. So obviously they're going to full gun it towards you. It's just one of those things where those better positionings, it will actually win you this team fight. Even though you're down a tank, playing here or even over here, right? Because think about it. You don't have to do damage to them. You want your guys over here, your DPS, to take up most of the damage because you can heal them and your Moira back here can heal them. You don't need a front tank. That's what you're kind of doing right now. So even if you play here, you have the option to go this way. Or if you play over here, you have the option to peek out left side. So you don't have to peek their DPSs. And you can still see your DPSs. So that's the reason why you had to back away. Because you used A, your lamp, and then B, you're about to use your shift. Right? And then your Symmetra's all in. Here, you should be doing the rhythm to her. Okay, luckily your Tank is back. She gets pulled out. You see Suzu. Help your support out. Alright, couldn't react fast enough. That's completely fine. Reaction time is just one of those things that you get better with time. But yeah, this fight could have been winnable just by you keeping your Symmetra alive just a little bit longer. So always use the map geometry to your
Stop the
advantage.
payload.
Especially if you're on Lifeweaver, you should encourage them. So what I would have done here is through a pedal platform, either ping it. If they don't notice the ping or don't want to get on the platform with you, then literally just go up the platform and pull your Ramattra up here. Sure, you're using 2 of your biggest cooldowns, but to be honest, that's worth it to encourage your team to take this high ground. Because the play here is once the cart gets up to like this area, or even just like around this corner is probably more preferable. Your Ramattra should drop down. Like this area is where you want the cart to be when you're playing up there. Just because your Ramattra will have the cart cover, the corner cover, or he can play right here and, you know, kind of just dodge and weave and pick whoever picks. While you're up here healing the DPS, healing the Genji that probably wants to play in that area, while you could also even peek the Ramattra from here, or if things get too dicey, you know, they commit some ults to try to get you off of there, then you just back up onto this bridge, which this is the next checkpoint you want to hold, is you want to hold this corner while you're on high ground, and or could play over here peeking this way. Remember, you're a long range support, so you want to use the distance to play safe. Especially on Lifeweaver, you're not going to do much damage just because the way Lifeweaver works. His biggest drawback is his healing. The fact that you have to charge it up is the downside of him. So right now you should definitely be placing a pedal platform down to use a high ground instead of waiting for them to push up. And then also that pull wasn't necessary. Because unless he gets hit by all 3 Bastionades, you should be able to... Yeah, right now you're just giving them too much space, and you could have already had like 3 team fights by now, just by contesting the cart. Again, it's up to you to relay that information to the team. I would never fault you for not voice calming in ranked, but you should still be like pinging like, hey, let's group up here. Hey, let's defend this area, you know? At least you can do that. If it's up to your enemy team to listen. So whenever you're playing ranked matches, you should always ask yourself and you're having downtime. Instead of, you know, trying to be friends and, you know, emoting and helloing to the enemy team, if you're trying to improve your rank, you should be focusing, what can I be doing right now? Whenever there's downtime, always ask that question. What should I be doing right now? Where should I be? Obviously, you're not going to know the chokes for every map in which place to best be, but the #1 rule in Overwatch, high ground is king. High ground is the best ground to be on. Just because you can peek off of here. If you pressure too much, just back up. Just take 2 steps to the back. Heal up. Peek again. And just keep repeating the process. What can they do? They have to push out of here, and walk all the way around. So you have time to heal while they're walking around out in the open. You have time to pick them off. Right? Immediately when you're around the corner. So. Watch. When do you get pressured here?
Hello.
Big hug for large friend. Grounding force.
See, look at you place your pedal platform. Before you even use it, it went on a 12-second cooldown. So what you can do is place your pedal platform down. Don't even use it. By the time you need to use it, you can go up in it, jump, dash across, and as you're falling down, you can place another one immediately, giving you another spot to be on high ground. And then you also just want to take care of sight lines, right? Because obviously, I'm pretty sure all the DPSs are looking at you right now. See, there's one. Oh, there's D.Va's also kind of looking at you. And the Bastion's kind of looking at you. They see a support out of place. And there are 2 hit scans. So you just want to keep in mind which sight lines you are engaging with. Alright, so let's go back. You switch Kiriko.
Hey there. Hey.
Completely fine.
Nerf this.
I know you're not comfortable on Life Weaver, so yeah, just a couple of those tips of especially the pedal platform and the sight lines. Also, you want to use your pedal platforms to gain high ground. Even if your enemy team don't use it to gain high ground, you yourself can be on high ground.
A meager sacrifice. What's up?
I was a little scared for you here because I thought you were just going to drop down to the abyss.
I am on fire. My ultimate is charging.
Ultimate's charging.
My ultimate is charging.
Oh, here you also want to be doing the Kiriko rhythm. So I believe that her rhythm is either throw all your papers, throw 2 knives, and then by the time you're done shooting your 2 knives, your papers are back. Your healing is back. So that's what you want to do. Throw paper, 2 knives, and then throw paper again. And that way, there's literally maybe like 0.2 seconds of downtime between those 2 interactions, but you're doing damage and healing at the optimal rate. Good, you're trying to throw your papers. Like, you should have been healing your Moira. Like, yeah, she shouldn't have peeked when she was low, but still, you should heal your Moira. So you tunnel vision way too much.
Careful, we're outnumbered.
Again, high ground, high ground, high ground. You always want to be on it. And Kiriko's is one of those characters that you should be playing kind of like Tracer in a sense, where you want to take off angles. Like your Moira is low there. You should. That's also another thing. Is you're too focused on the enemy team. What is that face? Look at that face. But anyways, you're too focused on the enemy team. As a support, your biggest ally on your team is your second support. Just because they're taking the other half of the healing, right? So for me, it's kind of like, I kind of have like an internal timer. Every 5 seconds, you will see me do a 360 sweep to find my support. Especially during a team fight. You will always see me like every 5 to 10 seconds doing a look around. Where's my support? Where's my second support? Is she good? Does she need support? Do I need backup? Do I need to retreat to her? Especially as Kiriko, you are the person to get in and get out. Knowing when to do that is a little difficult, and you're probably gonna die when you try to go in to save somebody, but I would rather you going in, trying to support somebody, dying, and learning that interaction, than just not going in at all. Because as you improve, as you get better, you're gonna learn what you can get away with and what you can't. So I'd rather you start doing it and then dying a little bit more because of it, and then pulling it back a little bit less, and then not doing it at all. So right now your Genji's low. You're not even looking at him. Good Suzu though. Now you're low. That could have been solved by positioning. Here. Let's see everything you were worried about at the time. Okay, you healed your Genji. D.Va probably ate it. Good Suzu. Gotcha. So that's what happened. You were caught out in the open and you used Suzu. So the second you use Suzu, the enemy team, if you know they're good enough, they will recognize one of your important cooldowns is gone. So this is where I use Suzu. I see a Bastion turret form. I see a D.Va coming after me in my face. Then I'm like, I need to get out of here. So I need a TP somewhere. If you can't TP somewhere, so say hey, you turn around, you have 3 people here. What I would have done is jump over this barrier, jump off the map. As I'm falling off the map, I would look at my Hanzo and teleport to him. Just because you can do that, right? You can get away in tricky situations like that. You also are frontline again. Look at the Orisa is right behind you. You should never be in front of your tank. You should always, especially as Kiriko, be taking an off angle. What happens if you're taking shots, you know, from over here on this bridge? Or what happens even before this team fight? You were up here taking pot shots, right? Your papers will follow your teammates to the ends of the earth. There is no limit on how far your papers will fly to. Yeah, there is a limit on how on when your papers will start gravitating towards them, if you know what I mean. There's a limit of that. But once your papers are locked on to a hero, they will follow that hero to the ends of the earth. Doesn't matter if the Genji here dashes all the way over here. As long as they were in your range as you were throwing your papers out, they will follow them all the way to here. They will follow them to Timbuktu and back. So just keep that in mind. Kiriko benefits from taking off angles. Because what happens if you're here, right? That Bastion's currently looking at you, as we saw before. I'm pretty sure this Kiriko is trying to look at you. Even this Life Weaver is looking at you, trying to shoot you down. So what happens if you were right here before, right? What happens if Life Weaver takes his attention away from the main fight and looks at you? What happens if this Bastion looks at you from this angle, right? You can peek out of this corner, peek here, hide back in, peek here, hide back in, maybe jump and heal a bit, or even TP in Suzu and back away this way type of thing, right? Because the main thing I see you do is get into this frontline positions when you really should be like over here, maybe even here. Like there's so many places you can be and you can still heal your teammates. For some reason, you always pick the front line. Whether it's because you think you should be doing a lot more damage than you should be. Also keep in mind that your kunai knives don't have any fall off damage. So even if you're all the way up here trying to shoot that Kiriko over there or that Life Weaver, you will do max damage if you hit that headshot or a bounty shot, right? That was just a long rant because that's the 3rd time you do it. Once is a mistake, twice is a pattern. 3rd, you should learn.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Okay. You use Suzu, that's fine. You saved your Lucio with it. Enemy team. Okay. You use Suzu, you use your Kitsune Rush. Let's see how you handle that. So go to your POV. Alright. Even if you're in Kitsune Rush, you should still be healing. I know you see the enemy team and you want to be the star of the show, but you're a support, right? You should be supporting. That's how supports get the most impact. So you should be same thing, throwing 2 knives, papers, 2 knives, papers. Okay. Papers,
Draw
2
strength from
kunais,
nature.
papers, 2 kunais, papers, 2 kunais,
I'm on
papers,
fire.
2 kunais, paper, 2 kunais. No matter what, just until you get used to it. Just so, and then if your wrist is still like half health, then all you do is throw papers, especially in rush, because you could have saved them. Like you even have Suzu up, so you keep tunnel visioning on doing damage or healing, and you forget about these important cooldowns. Which I remember that Kiriko is not your comfort pick, but still you need to use everything in their toolkit. So this is something you'll probably get more later on, but yeah, just remember. Also, another tip is when you use Kitsune Rush, it decreases all your cooldowns whenever you're inside of it. So what I see like good Kirikos do is they Kitsune Rush, they throw Suzu at the beginning of it. By the time Suzu is up, your Kitsune Rush is halfway done, and then they look for another opportunity to block some damage with it. And by the time Kitsune Rush ends, there's only like 3 or 4 seconds left on the cooldown. I'll show you this in another like custom game clip, putting it in now.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Okay, you're outnumbered, so I don't mind you getting this aggressive. Throw Suzu to help your... Like, yeah, you focus so much on getting this diva pick, you forgot to support your team, and they died to their Kiriko. So let's watch that happen. So I just want to, I know I'm pointing out every time you tunnel vision. I just need this to get into your head that you need, as a support player, you have a lot to keep track of. Even more than DPS, even more than tank. Especially in ranked games and you're not voice calming, it is up to you to get as much information from the enemy team as possible. So not tunnel visioning on one thing is crucial. So let's see, let's go back a couple seconds. Let's see, so your Lucio's in a 1v1. Whether he calls out for healing, I don't know. Right? So at this point, you saw this Hanzo was half in your field of view. She is at full health, right? Your Hanzo is at half health. Your Junker Queen has 400 HP. Your Hanzo only has about 100 HP left. Probably less. Nope, that's almost exactly, yep. Each little box here is 25 HP. So he has exactly 100 HP. He is missing almost 2/3 of his health bar. So imagine if you either A, healed them, or B, turned around, TP'd Suzu, and immediately started trying to kill this Kuriko. Let's see if this Kuriko had TP, or if she used it. She doesn't. But she doesn't have Suzu, so you can definitely get this pick. When did this 1v1 start too? Okay, he TPs. Ah, there we go. She hits the headshot. She hits the body shot. She hits the headshot too. And then she TPs in and saves her diva. So because you were too focused on getting this tank pick, you forgot to get the juicier support pick. Remember, in this game now, it is more beneficial to go after the supports than ever. Just because they won't, once you take out one of the supports, the other support is vulnerable, more vulnerable, because they, you know, Suzu has the get out of jail free card, which is Suzu. So I need you to keep track, like every 10 seconds, or whenever you do remember, always ask yourself, where is your second support? Also, you died here. You could have also looked for a TP out, because you could have even TP through the wall type of thing. Also, another thing is, if you're good with Kuriko, when you TP, there's like 0.2 seconds where you don't exist anywhere on the map. So if you time it right, you could dodge a diva bomb. Sombra has that tech too. It's a little more forgiving with Sombra than it is with Kuriko, but it exists and it can save you if you learn how to time it right. Okay. We're doing a lot of damage.
60 seconds remaining.
Remember, two Kuriko shots and then papers. Throw Suzu, throw Suzu. Like, hit the ground, you don't have to hit him. It should hit him even if he double jumps. Alright, their diva gets a bunch of picks. Our Junker Queen is there. You teleport in, throw papers.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Heal, heal, heal. Throw Suzu.
Let me balance you out.
Okay, I like the healing. Good, good, good. Throw Suzu just in case.
until someone gets hurt.
10 seconds.
Time works against them. Don't lose focus. Show them what you can do.
And then you emoting here cost you this round. I know you won the game, but you emoting not once but twice here causes your Torb to die. You could have used Suzu to save him and possibly heal a little bit of your rest of your team.